can be caused by multiple factors in our business. It could be pandemic disease, like at the moment that we are running. This is not the last disease that the world is going to have. This is not the last pandemic the world is going to have. There will be many more to come. I mean, touch wood, yes, we all think that there should not be, but increasing the population, increasing the environmental changes, increasing the decreasing the resources in the on the Mother Earth. There is no surprise if there is no other pandemic coming in another 10 years or 20 years from now. So this will continue to be there. There is social unrest in many countries. There is a social unrest, like in Myanmar, we are having social unrest over the military coup. There is a recent military coup in another Middle Eastern country. There are many other social unrest ongoing in many countries, right? So, and it can be because of any cause. It doesn't have to be military coup. It can be on the any issues that the government laws or the policies. So there is always something, and it cost to stop the business because of that, right? And it also create another opportunities for the businesses. So every uncertainty brings in the new business opportunities also. For example, pandemic has caused us to get the new business models for the pharmacies, for the mask, for the cleaners, for the disinfectants, which were not really used in that to that extent prior to the pandemic, but now there is, right? So there is always a new opportunity. Then there is a digital disruption. Many businesses are causing disruption because of the digital advancement. Digital advancement has been on their own pace, but in the couple of past years, it has only faster. It has only accelerated, right? So there is always a digital disruption. Now meetings are online. The contracting is online. The recruiting and the work is online. There are global companies like Google, Microsoft, PwC. They're all offering the peoples to stay and work online indefinitely, right? So why they are doing that? Because the digital tools have enabled them to continue the work for a long period of time without employee physically being there. So it is going to create a digital disruption for the real estate industry or for the office industry. So there is always a new challenge plus a new opportunity. Military conflict, terrorist attacks. It happens even though they are terrorist attacks might be short term effect, but it may affect the business to a large extent. Financial shocks like the on the stock market or on the banking crisis. There is a financial crisis looming around the world in form of the bankruptcies or the indebtedness or the defaults by some banks, right, around the world, or some construction companies around the world. So those are creating uncertainties in the business sector, in the in the construction sector, in the banking sector, in the investment sector. So there are many changes, right? And we don't really know what's going to happen. Will the government bail out the failing companies and mean there's no financial crisis, or they will fail to bail out them and there will be a financial crisis? So we don't know yet, so we need to absorb the shock now already, right? And then there is usually an environmental crisis. So uncertainty can be caused by multiple factors. It could be short term, like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and it could be a longer term, could be in years or decades, right? So that's the uncertainty. Now, what does it mean? Does it mean that we should not make any forecast? We should not make any budgets? Yes, we should. We should still continue. However, we need to change the purpose of budgeting, right? So not